Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Sorry about the janky lighting in here again. Hopefully the sparkling city night lights and cozy glow of the lamp is indicative more of the holiday season and less of the fact that I once again procrastinated way too late in the day to make this video. Today we are doing the Frugal Minimalist Holiday Gift Guide. I recently made a video titled The Frugal Minimalist Guide to the Holidays. I will link that above if you guys are interested. But now that Christmas is rapidly approaching, I thought it would be beneficial for me to give more specific ideas of how to show your loved ones that you care about them without breaking the bank and gifting people unnecessary clutter. So without further ado, let's do it. I've got these gift ideas broken out into categories in an attempt to make this video more organized. And the first of these categories is homemade gifts. Some of the benefits, I think, to giving homemade gifts is that they are very personal and you let that person know that you actually put time into what you're giving them and they have a very personal touch. It allows you to tap into a skill set unique to you in order to give a gift that only you could give, and I think your friends and family will very much appreciate that versus receiving something that could just be bought off the shelf, especially because you have the opportunity to customize it just for them. Much like some of the points I mentioned in my video regarding how to select a side job and what side job you should get into, when you're deciding what route to go when making somebody a homemade gift, try to look around your house and see what kind of craft materials you already have on hand. They tend to align with interests that you already have, which is usually a pretty good indicator that the gift is gonna turn out better and you're not gonna invest all this time and money into buying craft supplies, making a craft, and then maybe it doesn't turn out so well. But with that being said, I'm gonna hop into a few homemade Christmas gift ideas that I think will be pretty accessible to everybody's skill set, materials on hand, and most of all, budget. So the first idea is to make food for somebody. This is great because most baked goods that you would gift around the holiday season can be created pretty easily and affordably. No one's gonna be upset to receive a bag of Christmas cookies or something. And most baked goods that you're going to be gifting around the holiday season can be made pretty easily and pretty affordably. So I think that's a great place to start. I know my friend Autumn gave me a bag of cookies for Christmas last year. You can make a huge batch and give them out to your friends, and it's still pretty much guaranteed to make their day. I know that it made mine. Thanks, Autumn. So yeah, I think food is a really great idea. There's another girl I went to high school with. I stalk her for all of her sustainability content. But I know she makes canned applesauce for all of her friends and family this time of year, and I think that's really cool if that's your thing. If someone you know has a favorite dessert that wraps up easily, there you go. I think that's a really great gift idea. The great thing about food is that it makes people smile when they receive it, makes them smile when they eat it, and when it's gone, there's no clutter left over, just a happy memory. Another pretty easy thing to do is infuse alcohols according to your loved one's taste. I'm not the expert on alcohol infusion, but I can tell you for a fact it's extremely simple. I've done it many times myself, and all you really have to do is look up recipes according to your loved one's taste and you're good to go. For those in your life that don't drink or just are really into cooking, infused olive oils is another great substitute for the previous idea. All you really have to do is drop in sun-dried tomatoes or garlic, peppers, whatever you have on hand, let it sit for a few days, and it preserves pretty much indefinitely. It's a great way to spice up someone's kitchen, and it can look really festive if you wrap it up in a nice bottle, tie on some little garnish and such, and you're good to go. I think most of the rest of the homemade gift ideas I could give are, again, kind of specific to someone's skill set and interest, but just to give you a few examples that I myself use. If you watch my channel, you are probably aware that I paint in my spare time, and so every year for Christmas, I paint my grandma and her sister a character celebrity of their choice. I've also recently gotten really into candle making just by melting down old wax, finding new ways to use wicks, inserting my own scents, and filling up old containers that weren't meant to be candles with candles. Weird hobby, but I think once I get better at it, that will make a really good gift as well, and it's one of my favorite ways to repurpose old items into something customizable and new. And I think that is all that I can think of off the bat for homemade gifts, but hopefully this has been inspiring to you. All of these gifts are very personal, are very low waste, low cost, and should be accessible to anyone, so I hope this helps you out. All right, moving on. The next category is gifts that you can give to people that you have obtained secondhand. This can be tricky because obviously I think most people might feel, let's just say there is a stigma around giving people secondhand gifts, which personally doesn't apply to me, but I know it exists, so you have to be a little bit careful not to insult somebody. I think the following items fall into the category of acceptable secondhand gifts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But the first option is vintage glassware. Almost every thrift store that doesn't specialize in clothing that I have set foot in has had a massive selection collection of beautiful, intricate crystal glassware. There was no reason I needed to make that such a tongue twister. I just think it makes a really good gift for anyone who might be into making cocktails, which I think is becoming more and more prevalent ever since COVID shut down all the bars for so long. Also a great housewarming gift or anyone who likes to host. And I would say it's not incredibly difficult to find at least 4 of the same type of glass in a thrift store, but I also think the aesthetic of mix and match is kind of on the rise, which is great because you can just give someone kind of one of each kind or a set of beginner's glassware for their home bar or something like that. But just be aware that thrift stores carry everything from the blue tacky from a pitcher margarita glass to a crystal ornate coupe from God knows how long ago. Oh, and I forgot to mention most of these glasses are no more than like 25 cents a piece, so it doesn't really get more affordable than that. And it's sustainable. The next thing that you can give secondhand is books. I get all my books secondhand and I do have to order them online. I will try to find a link for a place to order books online that is not Amazon because there are other avenues that you can go. But yeah, I think a book could be such a great personal gift. I think it's a way to kind of express yourself and share a piece of what you're interested in with another person, or you can base your book gift on what you know that their interests are and give them something you know that they'll love. If you do check out your local thrift store, there's so many really cool coffee table books as well that you might just give to them for a decor piece. But again, almost all of these can be acquired for under $1 and still be extremely personal gifts. Another secondhand gift idea, I know giving pictures is pretty standard for Christmas time gifts, so I just wanted to throw it out there that thrift stores are swamped with picture frames that you can get for again under $1. There's no need to go out and buy one new, and there's a million different styles to choose from, so you should have absolutely no issue finding a picture frame that suits your loved one's decor. The last thing that I think is acceptable to give secondhand is furniture. I think especially the woven type of furniture, you can find that in a lot of thrift stores, especially here in Japan, and I think it looks very chic. Our first Christmas together, my husband actually gifted me this enormous, beautifully woven peacock chair, and I was over the moon about it. So if there's someone in your life who might be into that sort of thing, keep an eye out for it in a thrift store or Facebook Marketplace for that matter. And one last point, while you're at the thrift store picking up any of these items, keep an eye out for gift wrapping materials. I mentioned this a little bit in my last video about the holidays. Thrift stores are also filled with ribbon that you can use to wrap with. That's actually most of the time still in its original packaging. There is wrapping paper at the thrift store. There are gift bags at the thrift store. There's everything that you could possibly want, even old newspapers there that you could wrap your gifts in versus buying that stuff new. But it's also very budget friendly, and I think it's important to keep this in mind because a lot of the times all of the wrapping and tissue paper and cards that go along with your Christmas gifts are a hidden cost many of us forget to account for. This is a great way to alleviate that. So the next category, as you might have predicted, is experiences. I would say giving experiences tends to be more on the minimalist side versus the frugal side, just because I think giving experiences tend to be a little bit more expensive. But if there are some inexpensive experience ideas that you could share below, I would love to hear them in the comments. A few reasons to give experiences over physical things are as follows. There are countless studies that show that people tend to value experiences over things, especially over time. People buy an item and their diminishing marginal utility eventually erodes the caring that they have for that physical object, whereas the memories of good experiences that they have actually tend to appreciate value over time. So I think that's a very basic reason to give somebody an experience. It's great bang for your buck. It's gonna make them happier over longer periods of time. It can also be a really great way to support a small business, and it's clutter-free. And a final note on that, I'm borrowing advice from my friend Rachel, certified Christmas freak, but she said to me once that Christmas is a great opportunity to give people something that they wouldn't ordinarily buy for themselves. So I think a few of the experiences that I'm about to list are a great way to pamper somebody in your life that you know wouldn't pamper themselves in this particular way. Some of the experiences that I would like to give and have given in the past have included massages, concert tickets, maybe a coupon for them to get their hair done or their nails done. You can get them a hotel room and a night out, a cooking class, a yoga class, or you could kind of draw them up a coupon to have dinner with them or some sort of experience for the two of you to share together. It's pretty much up to you if you want to send this person individually to have this experience or make it something for the two of you to do together and bond. But I think any ideas like the ones I just listed are a great way to give someone the gift of quality time. Just a quick note on that, some experiences purchases that you might want to give might not necessarily have a gift card attached to them that you can buy, so you can give a check or just cash and take the time to write your own personal coupon for whatever it is that you're giving them. That again adds back in that personal touch that really shows you took the time to come up with something that you really thought would make them smile. All right, and we have reached the finishing touches. No matter which of the previous gifts you may choose to give your loved ones, all of them can be made just a little bit better by including a handwritten card or note. From a frugality standpoint, this will save you money on buying that Hallmark card that is contributing to the hidden cost of wrapping all of your presents and driving up your Christmas budget. But just generally speaking, a card or handwritten letter is almost always going to be something that you can create with materials that you have on hand and an opportunity to throw some words of affirmation at your loved ones. I highly recommend adding in that finishing touch to complete your frugal minimalist Christmas. And that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in next week's video. Stay warm, friends. Bye. Okay.